enough to make a grown man cry. And that's okay. You go right ahead, kid.
Music. It connects us all in one way or another. Some people don't like a lot of music, but few people hate music. Everyone has that song they listen to that really makes you bang your head and say, yo, this is a banger. I don't know. Everyone has that music that they listen to that gives them chills, whether it's like an epic soundtrack from a movie or a really passionate love song, or just some nostalgic Disney song maybe that gives you those chills of nostalgia or just pure bliss. There's a website, I forget what it's called, that literally has a huge web of all these genres and subgenres, and stuff is so deep now. And the internet's kind of been blowing up on this thing called Everywhere at the End of Time. It is a 6-hour experimental music composition. It's created using old 1930s ballroom pop records, and it's mixed in a way that depicts the loss of memory. You have this song in the very beginning. I think there's 2 or 3 other songs, but the very first song is super catchy, super beautiful, just makes you want to go to the 1930s and literally dance in a ballroom. But over the past few days I've been listening to it. I couldn't sit through 6 hours. I have a really good memory when it comes to music. I can hum almost any song from any movie I've seen. I'm at the end of stage 6, and I could not hum the melody with a gun to my head. I don't want to play into like the pop culture viral video kind of thing. Some people have been reacting to this for the past few months, but I've just seen a lot of it on the internet, and because I'm so passionate about music, I wanted to put in my just initial thought, but it kept me up at night if I listened to it before going to bed. If you think having a pop song like Hit Me Baby One More Time by Britney Spears stuck in your head trying to sleep, imagine having this stuck in your head. That's only stage 5. That's like 2/3 through the entire piece. This is where everything you've known and loved melts into oblivion. Maybe you see little flashes here and there of faces and places and smells and tastes. Stage 6. This is going to be my complete live reaction to stage 6. Place in the world fades away. Throughout stage 1 through 5, even up to right before this, there's been a lot of static, a lot of record scratch. Now there's almost nothing. It's like the sound of the ocean from if you were to walk inside a cave. As completely involuntary, like cold all of a sudden. It sounds like a sample of maybe a trumpet or a trombone spread out so long, so low that it sounds like a whale call picked up from a hydrophone. What's so brutal about this last one, I wonder why there's so many people saying I cried at stage 6. I'm hearing tones. I'm hearing melodical chords and just something so beautiful in the context of maybe atmospheric music, but knowing that one sound that sounds like a church bell in the distance, maybe God calling you home. One quick little note by a trumpet, or one little violin strum that stretched out 1,000 times. Again, if this original piece of music is representative of your memories, your wife, your children, your grandchildren, your home, your favorite food, stretched so thin it becomes nothing but a color. The stereo panning, it's disorienting. It's almost like when you hit your head really hard. It sounds like an organ. Oh, it's so beautiful. I haven't heard any sound this beautiful in hours. Again, in the context of an organ sound, but knowing this used to be ballroom pop. This used to be my life. Everything I ever have known, everything I am and have been, melted into a puddle of abstract, fleeting thoughts. And momentary awareness of where I am and who I was, lasting maybe seconds before it takes over. Oh God, this piece is only half over. No, I'm not filling out my ballot on the day it's due in post. Shut up. No. I was not expecting to hear music again. It's like the music they're playing at the old folks' home. You hear coughing in the background. This isn't your memory. This is what's happening here and now. Sitting alone in your own excrement. No one visits you anymore because you don't remember their names. All you know is what's happening at that very moment. And even then, can you even process it? Can you even think, is like, this is pretty sounding? Or do you even remember what music is? okay? I promise. I care too much about music and art and respect James way too much for what he created here. It's like it's involuntary at this point. Like the chills I got. This. I honestly was thinking that I would have to scrap this video because I wasn't sure how I'd react to stage 6. I was like, well, I've seen all these videos of like, oh, I cried at the end, and it's like, oh, I know people do stuff for the views, and it's been blowing up as like some internet challenge, but it's not a challenge. It's not a joke. It's not some next craze to try to become an influencer or for influencers to try to gain views. This is one of the most beautiful pieces of artwork I've ever experienced. I live in a state that's very big on art, and my hometown is actually huge for art as well, and I have several sculpture gardens that you can walk through, and just in awe of how someone can take blocks of marble, granite, and bronze and create such masterpieces. But I've never really looked at paintings and sculptures the same way as music. Music has always been my favorite medium. Of course, I love video too, but music has always been something I loved since as far back as I can remember, playing my dad's piano when I was, 1, 2 years old. If you've ever struggled with trying to carry on a conversation with someone who can barely remember their name, it's heartbreaking. Personally, my birth grandparents died when I was like super young, so I didn't know them very well. But once when I was a little kid, me and my brother, my mom took us to King Soopers, and this sweet old lady came up to us and she's like, "Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've seen you. You were just little babies." I'm like, wait, my mom's mom is dead. My dad's mom is dead. Who's this lady that thinks she's our grandma? And my mom, being the wonderful woman she is, she's like, "Oh, it's okay. Go give her a hug." Because she clearly was confused. She thought we were maybe her grandchildren or something. That's really my only memorable experience with maybe memory loss or Alzheimer's. I've never thought about myself getting dementia, myself losing my memories. I get mad when I can't remember sine and cosine. Of course, I've never had to do that except for on a loan. But if you love music, I would check this out. But know that because dementia is probably one of the most brutal diseases related to mental health, if you've struggled with mental health recently, I know it's been a tough year. Isolation, losing jobs, lower income, and all these stressors on us. It's hard, and I've experienced some of it myself, but if you've felt depressed or have had really negative or dark thoughts, I'll leave a link below to some resources that you can look at, because I wouldn't really recommend diving straight into this if you are already feeling really down and depressed, because it's heavy. It's very long. I mean, it's been a week of me, you know, picking up where I left off, maybe rewinding 15 minutes or so. Maybe for me that was justifiable because I have a really good memory when it comes to music. Remembering that very first melody in the piece is important, because you hear it kick back in so many times, but then it gets less and less and slower and slower, and Jesus, the last 5-10 minutes, that was really hard. There it is, James Leland Kirby. Thank you for creating this. This is hundreds of hours recording these records and mastering it and creating this masterpiece. So if you're interested in taking this very unique, very eye-opening journey, very amazing experience, highly recommend. Check out the links in the description. But yeah, I'll leave those links in the description for you, as well as the one to this piece on YouTube, as well as where you can buy the whole album on Bandcamp. But I hope you have a great day, a great night, a great life. Stay safe and appreciate every moment.